Guys, today it is Sunday the 13th of October and I have some exciting news. I work today at Woolies. I'm done with work at Woolies. It's the afternoon, we're chilling. I'm officially on leave from all of my jobs because on Tuesday we are going to motherforking the happiest, no, not happiest, well, I'll be pretty happy there, but it's marketed as the most magical place on earth. Disney World. So, welcome to the vlog where I get ready and get prepped to go to Disney. It's finally come. This has flown by. I'll be honest, I did probably book this about 2 months ago, but there was always the idea of going. I just didn't get around to actually booking it until then. But it's crazy that it's time. So, come along for the ride as I pack and get ready for Disney World. If you couldn't tell, I'm very excited. I am a Disney lover. I am a Disney stan. I'll be completely honest with you, there have been a few days this week where I've been brought to tears by the thought that I am going to be at Disney World finally. And I think it's important that I preface this or like put this in this vlog now before we get into all the Disney content, hopefully in future weeks if all goes to plan. As to how excited I am, because I've been trying to describe it to people. Once again, if you're not like a Disney person, you probably don't fully get it, but I'm going to try and describe it as best I can to you. So I was a Disney, well, I guess somewhat of a Disney kid. I mean, I'd watch all the Disney films growing up. That was always, Disney Pixar particularly is my childhood. So I've always loved Disney. And then in 2012, I was very fortunate that my parents took me and my brother on like a 2-month world trip. And the first stop on this trip was LA. And they kept saying that we were going to this place called Disneyland. And they sort of said it was a theme park, but I didn't get it. I was like, why would they just take us to a theme park in America? I'd only probably been to the Gold Coast before that. But I remember flying there and we landed, I reckon, at 6 a.m. and I think mum and dad were trying to keep us awake to adjust to LA time. So they took us to the parks that day that we arrived. And I remember walking through the gates and it just feeling so magical and so cool. We went on, I think, Dumbo, we went on Peter Pan, all the classics in like Fantasyland behind the castle. And seeing the castle too was crazy to me as a little 11-year-old girl. And so anyway, we spent about a week there between Disneyland and California Adventure Park. That's all we did in LA. I haven't seen anything else in LA other than the Disney property and had the time of my life. I remember feeling so sad about leaving, but we still luckily had this big trip ahead of us. And so that was my initial experience of Disney, and I think that has always been what I associated with Disney and wanting to go back. And so ever since on YouTube, I'll watch people go to Disney and Disney vlogs and resort reviews and the food vlogs and all of that. I love watching Disney content at home in the hopes that one day I would make it there. And I always thought it's always been my dream holiday. If I ever had won the lottery, the first place I would have gone is I would have flown to Orlando. So it's very exciting that I am actually going. I haven't won the lottery, sadly, for my bank account, but I am in a very fortunate position and I'm aware how privileged I am to even get to do this. But I am taking myself to Disney World to go visit my best friend Em, who's moved there to work. So that's a little story. I went to Paris Disney last year and it was still magical. It wasn't quite as magical as the American Disney, but I love Disney and I'm obsessed. It's been a lot of planning this past week, which I will show you in this vlog, but I think that's a good little starter. Basically, Disney has always had a very special place in my heart ever since that trip in 2012, and I became absolutely obsessed with Disney. And I am very excited to experience it with my friend who is also very obsessed with Disney, and I think we are going to have an absolute blast. And now I'm gonna play y'all a song. Fun fact, you know that version I play? It's the version they play at Disneyland. I remember sitting watching World of Color in California Adventure Park and Pirates of the Caribbean section coming on when like the fire comes up, and I was like, this is so cool. Welcome to the haul segment of this video. So in preparation, I have done a little bit of shopping, or maybe a bit more than a little bit of shopping in preparation, but the girl math justifying it is that it's going to be cheaper to buy it here than in US dollars. So I'm going to show you what I have purchased. First off, it wasn't really something I needed, but I saw it and I was like, it's cute. So I've got just a new cap. This is from Gander. As you can see, I just like the neutral tones, but also having like a different color from the top to the beak part. I do have the Disney Cruise Line hat, which I plan to wear a lot, but it might not go with everything, which is why I was like, maybe if I get something neutral for if the Disney cruise hat isn't going with it. And to be honest, these colors were giving me Animal Kingdom energy. I definitely think I'll be rocking this at Animal Kingdom. And that was only $15, so I was like, might as well. Sun safety, guys. And on the line of sun safety, when we were at Chemist Warehouse the other night as a group, when y'all were with me, I did purchase another sunscreen just so that I could have a small sort of pump one to take with me, because it also has been very rainy, as they just had Hurricane Milton. So what I have purchased is, this is like a serious poncho from Kmart, pink of course, so you'll be able to spot me from afar. Hopefully no one else has bright coloured ones, so you'll know it's me. This is like, if I know it's going to be raining, I'll probably pack this one. But then I have also got just a tiny or a smaller emergency one for when we probably don't think it's going to rain, but if I want to back up, because $2 at Kmart, I'm betting is going to be cheaper than whatever they're selling them for at Disney. It was a bit of a splurge, but once again, this is my dream trip. It feels like once in a lifetime, and I just want to be as prepared as possible. So I did purchase this portable charger, and it's actually magnetic, so wireless, and I quite like that. I didn't have to carry around the cords that I needed as well. So I believe I just charge it up and you just stick it to the back of your phone like that. I got the pink one and it should give it at least one charge. So I'm thinking when I've been at the parks all day and when waiting for a show or something, I can whack this guy on and it can charge up, which should be good. So I bought this little dongle thing because I believe if I use this, I'm going to test it with this film this afternoon to see if it actually works, but I should be able to plug it into my iPad and then connect it to my hard drive as well and my camera SD card, so that I can take the content of this and put it straight onto my hard drive, because I'm not going to have time to sit around and edit these videos or the vlogs that I take at Disney World when I'm there, but I just want to store it on a hard drive and not like have to have a billion SD cards. So hopefully this works, so I don't have to bring my actual laptop, because that would just be heavy and a bit clunky. But that's Mickey coloured. I was also inspired by M to get a foldable drink bottle, because why not? Look how tiny that packs up. For comparison, there's my head. Basically, as I was saying, I wasn't too sure that everything that I want to take for a park day would fit into my Uniqlo bag, because I'd want snacks, water, my camera, backup batteries, all of that. So I saw this on Amazon for literally, I don't know how much it was, probably 30 bucks. And I thought it could be good. It's like one of those bags that you put over, oh my gosh, it's getting caught. We were going to be wearing my crossbody thing anyway. It would just be on my back like that. So it's out of the way anyways. If I want to access something from it, I can probably just like bring it around, fuss around. And I chose this one, even though it's not, once again, the sexiest, because I thought if this pocket might be able to be good for my phone. Oh, perfect. I can just shove my phone. So, because that's probably what I want to have most accessible. Like the other stuff I can pause to sort of get stuff out. I love the Uniqlo bag, but for a serious Disney Parks day, I thought we needed something a bit more intense. So yeah, I think I'm going to be rocking this most days at Disney. But I hope you enjoyed this haul. I'll see you in whatever else I'm going to include in this. Another thing that I need to show you of what we've been doing to prepare for this Disney World trip is my spreadsheet. Now, when we went to Disneyland in 2012, I'm pretty sure my dad had a spreadsheet made up as well, because when the Berry family does Disney, we motherfucking do Disney. I remember being so exhausted. We would get up, we'd have to have breakfast at the hotel to be at the park for opening or for the magic early hours, and then we'd stay at the park all day until lunchtime when we go home, and we'd get lunch outside the hotel and then have a 1 hour nap, and then we had to get up and go back to the parks until close time for like 5 days in a row. We were jet lagged, we were exhausted, but we did Disney. So in true Berry family Disney fashion, I have made my own spreadsheet, which I'm going to show you now. As you can see, it is titled very well for the mood. And what we have on this opening page is basically all the days, when Em is working, what parks I would like to be going to, the hours of the parks we're interested in, notes where I might be staying, further events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and so this goes on. We're still filling out the rest because we're waiting till Em gets her timetable and to see how we feel. But first week, we think we've got these 2 days, I think, down pat. We are considering doing a park day, my first full day there, because the fireworks are on, because we've had to look at times and everything. Anyway, in further tabs, we then have a breakdown of each park, which is all the rides that I would like to do, as well as the ones that I'm waiting to do with Em first, and any shows and the times that they are on. We are still working on the food lists. So I've got that for Epcot, I've got that for Hollywood Studios, and of course the show times, because Fantasmic is life, and Animal Kingdom and all the animals that I want to see at Animal Kingdom. Here we have the stuff I want to do at Disney Springs, the resorts that I would like to visit, and I've sort of grouped them together. And lastly, which we're still working on, a food list. I need to add Dole Whip to this at the moment. Call me crazy, I don't really care, because I'm gonna get the very most I possibly can out of this Disney trip. One more day until Disney. It is Monday. This time tomorrow I will be at the airport getting ready for my flight, and so we need to get prepping. We started last night laying out some of the stuff, but there's just so many little jobs to do that we are going to get done today. First off is I've decided, I'm pretty sure, I am going to bring these ones to Disney. I know they're pretty manky and gross, to be honest, but if it rains a lot and they get trashed, I won't care. And they've also proven themselves in Europe last year, so I know that they're comfy and they won't like hurt my feet. And they're a bit more neutral, so they'll go with more outfits. But I am going to try and give them a little scrub to spruce them up a bit. And I follow you into your love. We are using the trusty toothbrush that appeared to me in Madrid in my backpack. It has served me so well ever since then. The strength of a great typhoon. Staring at a demigod. Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata. Ah! We've had to have a quick snack break, an Olaf nose, if you will. I've started to think about like the clothes that I would like to pack with me, and it's been harder than anticipated, so we're going to go through it together. I have decided I cannot take any more than will fit into these 2 packing cubes. So I've just gone through all my closet and thrown anything on the bed that I think I might want to bring, and then we'll weigh it up, see if it all fits in there or not. Unfortunately, a lot of my Disney stuff, or my favorite Disney items, are jumpers, which is going to be hot in Florida. So I think I can only really justify bringing one with me. If it does for some reason end up being very cold, I could always purchase another. The jumper I think I'm going to take is this one. It's a classic. It's either this or my green and white one, but I feel like this one's just more classic. And my mum actually got this when she went to Disney World before I was born, so I thought it would be quite cute, and I could at least wear it on the plane so everyone knows where I'm going. If you watched my Instagram when I went to Disneyland Paris, I got this from Primark when I went there last year. Just a white t-shirt that says Mickey and Friends, and it had this cute little patch here on the shoulder, and my favorite bit is the back, which says better days ahead and like good vibes only and all the characters. So I am for sure bringing this guy as well, because at least it's a t-shirt, so I know I'll be able to wear that. What I'm thinking for tops is pretty much my Europe wardrobe, because it proved itself to me. It lasted well through, what, 4 months of travel through Europe. Decided to bring up this bad boy. This is a piece of luggage I've decided to take. I still have my Disney Cruise Line tag on it, and I don't ever want to take it off. So I've got all the clothes that we discussed there, and now I'm just working through all this. I need to do toiletries, but I did pick out some swimsuits. So gotten out my Disney Cruise Line hat, which I love so much. So we'll be taking that with me. Official ear tour on the channel. This, as you would have seen, was my 2012 set at Paris Disney, where I got my classics. My most favorite pair, which I love so much, the Disney Cruise pair. How cool are they? They're like this leather material. I love the sparkle and blue leather on the bow. And then if you look, there's Australia and New Zealand on there, and a cruise ship. And when are you going to get that on a set of ears at Disney World? When are you going to see Australia on it? So these for sure will be coming in my carry-on. I would cry if they got lost in my luggage. Okay guys, I decided I needed a break from being in that room and just thinking about everything I need, because the other thing that I forget is I'm going to visit Em, who now lives there. So a lot of the things and the little details I feel like you normally need to think of, like washing powder, how are you going to wash your clothes and stuff, Em lives there, so she's probably going to be able to help me out with a lot of those things. So I'm gonna go to the shops because there's a few more things I need to pick up. Stuff that's been requested by Em and her friends, as well as a few last minute things I think for myself, and maybe some snacks for the plane, as well as just groceries that our family needs because my mom gave me a few more items to get. So we are popping out to the shops now, and I also am going to fill out this car because it's almost out of petrol, and I feel kind of shitty if I was to go off to the US and leave the car with no petrol for my parents. A little scared, neither one prepared, Beauty and the Beast. I wonder why I didn't see it there before. What is this? Guys, I'm back. Post shopping trip. I did have to go back because I forgot one thing, because I forgot to write one thing on my list, but luckily I remembered it on my way out. It has absolutely started bucketing down. It is wild. It looks so rainy and wet outside when I was walking past. So I did wash the car recently, so I want to wait and see if it like dies down and try my luck. So I thought I'd give you my haul here, and then hopefully it's not hammering it down when I go out, but either way it's not that deep. The item that I did have to go back for, I don't even know if I'm going to use it, but I've always wanted it for like travel purposes anyway, so I thought I'd pick them up even if I don't use them, because they're not going to take up a lot of space. But I got some reusable Ziploc bags because I love my collapsible container for traveling when I'm going to hostels, because that's great for keeping leftovers in, and then I can second that as sort of a sandwich bag when I'm going on trains and stuff like that. But I don't really need the full container for Disney. But I thought a little reusable Ziploc bag that I can fit a sandwich in or something I've stolen from the breakfast buffet, let's be real, can slip it in here. I thought that could be quite handy, and even if I don't use it, it's literally taking up no space. For me, the only other item was some lash glue. Fun fact, you can get it at Woolies. It didn't have it on the website from memory, but I do have some individual lashes that I normally like to glue on instead of doing a full set or using mascara, but the glue's kind of screwed up, so I thought I'd get that before I went to America. I don't plan on wearing a lot of makeup, I'm just thinking maybe for the costume it might be nice. So I got that, and then I got requests from Em's friends. So this, I believe, is for her roommate Gabby. Fun fact, that was so hard for me to find. I've never had Easy Mac in my life, and I was like in the pasta section and there's Kraft mac and cheese, but that's not Easy Mac. So I eventually found it. It's with the 2-minute noodles, for anyone wondering. Apparently you can't get strawberries and cream lollies in America, so I got some of those. And M's main request was these bad boys, Wheat Bix, so I got 2 boxes. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. So before I even went to Disney, I had like a little iPod Nano, and my dad downloaded some playlist of Disney hits onto it, and I used to just play it before I even knew what the songs were from. I just remember listening to this, scootering around my garage and pumping this on the speakers. And then I went to Disney and saw how it integrated into the whole Disney storytelling, and I'm even more obsessed. Here we go. Bare necessities, paw paw, or a prickly pear, and you pick a wrong paw. Well, next time beware. Necessities, simple bare necessities. Who remembers these? I fill out this side here with my stuff and see how much of it fills, and then hopefully I can have most of this for gifts. My underwear, my costume, my socks, toiletries. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna ponder whether I keep it like this or swap sides and then fit a few of my other things around. But we're doing better than I thought. I thought I'd have too much stuff, especially with all the gifts, but I probably could have gotten more. Anyway, that will be space for me to bring stuff home, hopefully. The backpack I think I'm going to take is my Virgin backpack. It's just a good size, it's handy, I quite like it, so I think I'll take this backpack and of course my Uniqlo pouch for the flight. So I'm also going to fill these up with various items. So riveting discovery for me. I got this little travel toothbrush kit, and in it came with a toothbrush, Pigsters, and some toothpaste. And some floss actually, because I just realized I might want a toothbrush when I'm on the plane. It literally only just occurred to me. So I thought, why don't I pack this in my carry-on, and I'm gonna actually adjust it so that it's just the toothbrush, some Pigsters, my own mini toothpaste that I prefer, as well as a little face wash. It doesn't quite close perfectly, but I think I'm just gonna put an elastic band around that, to be honest, and call it a day. It is later, I've had dinner, and I just about wrapped up the packing, I think. I'm gonna show you the situation, but I decided I need to wrap up this video so that I can at least get this content downloaded onto my hard drive, so then I can wipe this SD card fresh for all the travel content. It's a bit tired, but I'm excited to get going tomorrow. I've made a little snack pot of fruit and stuff for the plane. I'm gonna make my breakfast for tomorrow, and then I'm gonna shower and wind down. But this is the stitch. Ta-da! Basically all that. is gifts, so that can be filled with stuff for me to bring home. This is all my clothes and stuff, and then I've just got my shoes here and some sunscreen. On that side, that's mine. So we've got that done. Then I've got my little Uniqlo bag packed with, I've got a few of my electronics still out, charging and stuff. And my carry-on, which has my Disney hat, my ears, as well as my bikini down there. And what I do love with this backpack is there's a zip bit at the bottom. And so in here I've put that red jumper you saw earlier. Getting a bit real. I'm going to be going to Disney tomorrow, which is very exciting. I've got to print a few files, and then I think that is all. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video of me getting ready for Disney. I'm so excited. I can't believe it's happening tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I will be on a plane on my way to LA, which is crazy. Wrapping it up here, signing off. Love you lots, and see you tomorrow morning with the travel vlog. Mwah.